Now the program is very straightforward, very simple to get. It's divided into 4 families. You'll start with degrees, which are just separate notes, and then you'll combine melody notes within the degrees. So like the first 2 degrees of the major scale in C, then the first 3 degrees, and then you'll combine the minor scale. And it really is step by step. And you'll have this tutorial window that pops up for a few of the lessons. And you want to make sure you read that. If you don't want to show it again, you can click this button that says do not show pop-ups anymore, and then those won't show up again. Now the first thing you should probably do is come up here to the right hand corner, and that's going to say new user because you don't have a user profile yet. One of the features is allowing multiple people to use the same program. So if you have kids or a spouse that wants to use it, they'll do the same thing. Come up here, type your username. I'll type John Doe or something like that. Press create and then select John Doe from the list. And that'll start your new user profile. How you know it's new is there are no points on the lessons, but as you complete the lessons, you'll get points. And this is a great way to gauge if you're getting better, because if your points are getting better, then you're getting better. Now, how are you scored? There are a number of ways that you're scored. You're scored by how fast you answer each question. You're scored by how accurate you are, how many you do in a row, right? And you're scored based on if you pass the bridge, and you don't have to go back to the bridge. The bridge is when you get to the half point. So here we have it on medium, which is 20 questions. The bridge would be passing 10. Right? So if I get anything wrong after passing the bridge, at least I don't go back to the beginning. Right? I go back to 10, and then I can proceed to try to answer the rest of the questions in the exercise. Now you can always go to preference, and if you feel like only doing 10 answers per exercise, you can put it on easy, and that'll change it to 10. If you want more of a challenge, you can put it on hard, and that'll change it to 30 answers. Now, there are 2 ways you can do it. One is like the Michael Jordan mastery, what I call it, and that's getting so many in a row right, meaning you can't have any mistakes in between. Meaning if you put it on medium, which is default, that's 20 answers. You have to get 20 answers in a row before you complete this one exercise. Now mind you, there's 750 exercises. If you find the exercise to be easy, you might want to keep it on this in a row. You will get the highest score for going in a row because that's a potential 200 points per exercise. If you get 10 on every question and you do it in a row, that's 10 times 20. Right? But if you choose to do total, which does allow you to have wrong answers, so it doesn't make you start all over, right? And it basically says get to 20 correct answers no matter how you do it. And it may take you 100 questions to do it, but at least you don't start all over if you get to 19 and you get it wrong, right? So that's the difference. One is just asking for 20 correct answers, however you want to do it. The other is a little bit more stringent, more like Michael Jordan, perfectionist, and you have to sink those free throws 20 in a row, so to speak. Right? If you ever want to reset all the lessons and scores of your user profile, this won't affect other user profiles. You can click right here on this button, the lesson pop up. You can check that to make sure it doesn't show up, and if you want it to show up again, you can check it again. Repeat interval. I put it on never, but maybe when you're listening to an exercise, you want it to automatically repeat the question. Maybe it's taking you a while to get, which is affecting your score, mind you. But anyway, you want to press any one of these options to allow the question to repeat on its own. I put mine on never because you can always click repeat here or press R, which leads me to some of the shortcuts. If you click on this help button and then you click on shortcuts, this will tell you some of the short keys you can press. Z will always play the root note C. Now mind you, you can get to this by pressing the question mark here and then shortcuts. You can always press Z if you just want to hear C as a reference note. You can press V if you want to hear a C major progression, which will go from a C major chord to an F major chord, back to a C major chord, to a G major chord, to a C major chord. It's just a great way to orient yourself in the key of C. Right? You need a reset, right? Backspace, if you're doing a exercise that requires more than one answer, like 2 answers or 3 answers, it's a melodic line and wants you to put in 4 different things. If you put something wrong, you can press backspace at any time, but you only get one of those, right? Otherwise, it's going to mark you wrong. Press R to repeat the question. Press Q to enter or leave practice mode. I'll talk about that. And then you can always enter your answer as a letter, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, or as a number if you're talking D flat. D flat would be 1, E flat would be 2, G flat would be 3, A flat would be 4, and B flat would be 5. So you could do that. Right? And practice mode over here, if you ever press Q or you just press practice, this allows you, and you can even use your keyboard as well, this allows you to just hit notes on the practice keyboard. Maybe you want to reference. It's okay to do it that way in the beginning as well, to help you out, especially when it gets really, really hard. Because these lessons start easy with just like C and D and multiple octaves, but then it gets really, really hard. It's step by step, but it gets very challenging towards the end. This lesson family has 269 questions, right? And you have intervals, which will come next. And this is where you're choosing one quality here, and you're picking the interval here, right? So perfect fifth would be an example, or perfect fourth. That's what this particular lesson is quizzing you on. And then you'll proceed throughout adding more of these. For chords mastery, it's very similar. You're gonna pick a quality over here, and then you're gonna pick a quantity over here. So it may ask you, is it a major triad? Right? You'll pick major triad. Is it a minor triad you hear? You'll pick minor triad, so on and so forth, until you're getting the 7th and 11th and 13th chords. And then when you get to progressions, right, it'll have a similar makeup as the degree mastery, where you're hitting notes. So it's asking you, is that a C or is that a G, right? So I might hit C. That's a C again. That changes to a G. So let's go back to degrees mastery, and let's just go through a lesson. I'm going to go ahead and change it to easy so that it doesn't take a long time, and we'll proceed through it. When you change it to easy, it won't change right away. You need to go to another lesson and then just kind of come back to that lesson. And I'm going to take these pop-ups off. Okay, so I think that's a C. I think that's a C again. Notice these points here. If I do it really quickly, and I'm hitting C on my keyboard, I'm not actually using the mouse. But see, I took a long time. Watch my score. It's only a 3, but that's a 9. D. I passed the bridge. That was my halfway point. So that was easy. I passed the first lesson, right? So this is meant to build your confidence. You're only having to go between 2 notes. Now, a lot of people, even on this second lesson, as we change octaves, they're confused a little bit as to if they're hitting a C or a D, just because it gets higher. But I want you to pay attention to the tone class, right? The pitch class. C is a C is a C is a C. Even though it's higher, it still makes the same sound, the same tone, right? So don't be confused. So this is C. See, it went to D, it just went lower. Now I'll use my mouse. So I finished that one. Now I'll show you what happens like if I get some wrong on purpose. These are your 5 stars. If you stay at 5 stars, you'll get the highest score possible per question. But as you get answers wrong, these stars lower, and it makes it harder for you to get those 10s per question. So you'll notice that your score will be impacted. So I'm just going to start hitting wrong answers. See, now I'm down to 4 stars, right? It will give you a hint after 2 incorrect questions. So that's something that you can take heed on. So I'll hit D. But now I'm going to get something wrong on purpose. Now I'm down to 3 stars. Now I'm down to 2 stars. Now watch what happens when, see, now I'm getting zeros. I'm getting only 1s. My score is impacted, right? So it's in your best interest to keep these 5 stars up so that you get a higher score. And all of this is meant to just kind of give you a progress map. If you're getting better, your score is going to get better. If you're getting worse, your score is going to get worse, which is a lot to do with the speed in which you're answering and the accuracy based on this algorithm that I've just explained to you. You have all your stats here: total answers, questions, your answer, lesson completed, and total score. You can also answer with these buttons over here. So instead of hitting C like this, you can hit C up here. And the third way to do it is straight on your computer's keyboard. You can just hit C there. Another thing that we offer you, if you complete all of the lessons of a family, you'll be able to click this button, which will show a button here, and it will take you to a place to redeem your surprise. And if you finish the entire ear tutor, all 750 exercises, and you're able to click this button, this is where you can request your credit back, which essentially makes ear tutor free if you actually beat it. Right? So if you take action and you actually get your ear to a master level, you end up with an extra bonus of actually having ear tutor for free, because you can request your credit when that particular accomplishment is met. So make sure to take this very, very seriously. You can click this tutorial to get back to this tutorial at any time. You can click this plus or minus to go up lessons, down lessons, up. You can come over here to plus or minus and go up to lesson families or down lesson families. You can skip questions, but you only get 3 of these per lesson. And past lessons don't allow you to have points. And if you get some wrong, it will also affect how many that you can skip. You have your repeat button, as we talked about before, and that's pretty much the name of the game. It's a very straightforward program, but what you're really doing is you're listening. It's getting harder and harder, right? For example, once we get to, you can also click to open the lessons. Once we get to something like, let's say, lesson 1.19, right? Now it's every tone of the major scale, right? So E, D, E. Oh, what's that? A, D, B. Oh, what's that? B, F. That's a tritone. G. See? So now, as you can see, right? I practice what I preach. I can follow that scale. I can hear it and I can follow it. And what that does for you is when you're hearing a bass in a real song, that's all the bass is doing, is moving around the scale. So if you can follow that like a lesson 19, then you can key in on what a bass is doing in a real song. Because all my ear is done. I don't have perfect pitch, but what it's done is it's been able to get to the point where it can recognize pitch and distances. I know when something is moving up a fourth or going down a fifth or moving up a third. That's all it is relative pitch. And that's what the program is going to do for you as you practice, practice, practice. Remember, practice doesn't make perfect, but perfect practice makes perfect. So use this program, come up with some goals. Maybe you can do a lesson or 2 a day or 3 or 4 lessons a day, and you can do review. One thing about it is once you go back to a past lesson, you can't change your score. Notice your score is crossed out, but you can do that lesson as much as you want. The functionality will be the same, but the score won't change. Right? But if you want to make like a new user profile to compare last month's progress to this month's progress in your review, you can do that as well. So the program is very flexible. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, you can email us at help@hearandplay.com. We'll be happy to help you. You can open the live chat and we can assist you that way. Or you can call us at 1-877-856-4187. Jermaine Griggs signing off. And remember, if you can hear it, you can play it.